The WNBA is booming, sold-out arenas are record-breaking ratings, and at the center of it all, one name, Caitlin Clark. But just as the league reaches new heights, a powerful voice from inside the WNBA has sparked a firestorm. Sheila Johnson speak. Why not put the entire WNBA on the cover instead of just one player? That one statement ignited a national debate. Is Caitlin Clark being overhyped? Or is she the very reason the league is finally breaking through? Tonight, we break down what really happened, the hidden tensions, and the growing divide that could shape the future of the WNBA.
It has taken the WNBA almost 28 years to get to the point where we are now. And this year, something clicked with the WNBA, and it's because of the draft of the players that came in. It's just not Caitlin Clark. It's Reese. We have
And respectfully to Sheila Johnson, who is the owner of the Washington Mystics, y'all haven't been relevant in 5 years. The last time y'all were relevant was in 2019 when Elena Delle Donne was on your team and helped y'all capture your first and only championship in franchise history. You should be the first person to be
2025 and the WNBA is still complaining about Caitlin Clark. A few days ago, the Washington Mystics owner, this woman right here, went on CNN and talked about, you can't just pin the league's success on Caitlin Clark. But little did she realize, 31% of her team's total attendance for the year was the 2 games that they played Caitlin.
To understand the controversy, you have to understand the phenomenon. Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the WNBA, she transformed it. After a historic college career at Iowa where she shattered scoring records and drew millions of viewers, Clark entered the league with unprecedented hype. Games started selling out. TV ratings skyrocketed. And for the first time in years, the WNBA was dominating national headlines. Her logo, threes, her confidence, her swagger. She became must-watch television.
The Washington Mystics owner Sheila Johnson goes on CNN and says that the entire WNBA should have been put on the cover of Time magazine. It is hard to get away from this conversation because it just keeps making national news. And to be frank, I've never seen a story in the WNBA get as much widespread coverage as this.
They're human. I'm not surprised that we're seeing envy, but envy, a feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. With Caitlin Clark, it's not at all luck. But what we're seeing, and not generalizing, not by every WNBA player, but by some.
Then came the moment that changed everything. It's not just Caitlin Clark. We have so much talent in this league. Sheila Johnson, co-owner of the Washington Mystics, wasn't attacking Clark personally, but her message was clear. The WNBA's success shouldn't be reduced to one player. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark, it's about the entire league. She argued that media coverage was disproportionately focused, and that many players, especially players of color, have been overlooked for years.
Athlete of the year is Caitlin Clark, obviously.
Yeah,
everyone was talking about Caitlin Clark. I mean, sales for, to watch games, WNBA games, just increased and skyrocketed because of her. She's
both can't believe something and can believe it at the same time. That's what happened to me when I saw the comments from Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson about Caitlin Clark on CNN. If you didn't see them, she essentially said, or she didn't essentially say, she said, why can't you put the whole WNBA on the cover, not Caitlin?
It's just not Caitlin Clark. It's Reese. We have so much talent out there that has been unrecognized, and I don't think we can pin it on just one player. I want to be very diplomatic about this, Johnson continued. It's just the structure of the way media plays out race. I'm going to be very honest. I feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented and they never got the recognition they should have. And I think that right now it is time for that to happen. So last night,
But the reaction was immediate and brutal. Critics argued that without Caitlin Clark, this surge in popularity simply wouldn't exist. In fact, reports showed that a massive portion of attendance spikes came when Clark was in town. The numbers told a story, one that directly contradicted Johnson's message.
There's been no player in my time of paying attention to women's basketball that has been more polarizing than Caitlin Clark. She was named Time's 2024 Athlete of the Year, which I think is well deserved. for what she did in the college game and then bringing it to the WNBA.
But this controversy goes deeper than one interview. It exposes a long-standing tension inside the WNBA. Star power versus collective identity. For decades, the league has fought for recognition as a whole, not just through individual superstars. And yet, history shows us something important. Every major sports league eventually needs a face.
Watching her play, she's incredible. She's got range that you have to pick her up basically as soon as she crosses the half-court line, because she's dangerous from everywhere. Like you're watching shooting against her. Like Caitlin Clark's going to be in that conversation here for years. Not like that girl can flat out shoot. So
and she doesn't. And this is taking nothing away from the way women shoot a basketball, but her form looks more like a guy, where it's more of a pull up and a follow through rather than a push. And I honestly think that's one of the reasons she's so.
And right in the middle of the storm, Caitlin Clark responded, "There are so many incredible athletes in this league. No ego, no controversy, just respect." Clark made it clear this isn't about her alone. But ironically, that humility only strengthened her image.
Well, this is Jen Hatfield, your Washington Mystics beat reporter. The Mystics had an early tip-off today for Camp Day, which is when children from local summer camps get to attend and scream their hearts out. The Mystics drew 14,400 fans today, which is a record for any WNBA team this season, according to Across the Timeline. But without injured starters Elena Deladon, Shakira Austin, and Ariel Atkins, the Mystics suffered a somewhat disappointing loss to the Indiana Fever, and head coach Eric Thibault said post-game that the team just didn't have the right focus today coming in. But Thibault and the players alike appreciated the opportunity to perform in front of kids who are in the same position that they once were growing up watching the WNBA.
Let's look at the reality. Record attendance, exploding merchandise sales, national TV exposure, and at the center of it all, this doesn't diminish other players, but it proves something undeniable. Star power drives growth.
I feel like we're just scratching the surface. Like everybody asked me like where I think this is gonna go and what it's gonna be, and like I don't really have an answer, because if you would have told people this is where the WNBA is, 5 years ago, you would have said this is where we're gonna be now. People probably wouldn't have believed you, because they never thought that was possible. They never thought people would buy tickets. They never thought we'd play on ABC. Never thought we'd be on ESPN. They never thought it'd be sold out arenas, or little kids wanted to wear WNBA jerseys, whatever it was. So I think it's hard to say where it's going to continue to grow. I think the smartest thing would be to get in now, because the price is only going up.
Behind the scenes, tensions have been building. Hard fouls, heated exchanges, and a growing sense that not everyone is embracing the spotlight shift. Some call it competitiveness. Others call it something else. Resentment.
Caitlin Clark, she will have a long, illustrious, decorated career where she inspires millions and millions of girls and young women to play a sport that she loves. And the thing that I do like about her, she is a whiner and she is a flopper, is that she wants everyone to play well. And she wants to inspire girls and young women to be awesome basketball players.
So, where does the league go from here? Ignore the star power, or embrace it and use it to elevate everyone? Because history is clear. When one player brings attention, the entire league benefits. Sheila Johnson raised an important point. The WNBA is bigger than one player. But at the same time, it only takes one player to change everything. Is Caitlin Clark carrying the WNBA? Or is the league bigger than any one star? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the biggest stories in sports, subscribe now, because this story is far from over.